Hello boys and girls, and welcome to Creative Writing Club. You might have taken part in the Creative Writing Club last term where we made our story boxes, and if not, you are free to have a look back at that video on YouTube. But today's Creative Writing Club is going to be looking at poetry. So to warm up, I have got 3 poems on the screen here, and I want you to try and read these poems in different voices. So we have got a silly voice, a sad voice, an upset voice, a happy voice, a scared voice, a whispering voice, a high voice, and a low voice. I'm going to read the poems to you in a normal voice, and then you need to choose different voices to try and read these poems in. So the first one is called Green Giant, and it says, there lived a green giant whose name was Sam. His hair was the colour of strawberry jam. He had one brown and one blue eye, and a beard the colour of pumpkin pie. His coat and pants were oh so bright, like a peppermint stick, all red and white. His socks were as yellow as lemon pop. His shoes were as brown as a chocolate drop. His hat was the colour of gingerbread, with a tall, tall feather of raspberry red. That's that first poem. The second one is called Meet the Pirates. Aboard a rocky pirate ship in the middle of the sea are a funny group of pirates who are as useless as can be. There's Pirate Jim, who cannot swim. There's Pilot Dave, who's scared of waves. Pirate Nick, who gets seasick. Pirate Dale, who cannot sail. And Pirate Pete with smelly feet, the most useless bunch of pirates you could ever wish to meet. And the last poem is called Little Seed. I plant a little seed in the ground. Out comes the sun, big and round. Down come the raindrops, soft and slow. Up comes a flower, grow, grow, grow. So I want you to pause the video here and see if you can read some of those poems in some of these voices. Maybe a silly voice or a sad voice, a whispering voice. Maybe you've got some of your own voices that you could add, a loud voice or an angry voice. Have a go at reading these poems in those voices. So hopefully you will have all paused now and read those voices in your in your different voices. And now we're going to have a look and see if we can find the rhyming words in these poems, because today you are going to try and write your own little rhyming poem. So let's have a look at this Meet the Pirates poem, because that's got lots of rhyming words in it. And I'm going to get my highlighter out. So we've got aboard a rocky pirate ship in the middle of the sea are a funny group of pirates who are as useless as can be. So we've got C and we've got B that rhyme. There's Pirate Jim who cannot swim. So both of these words rhyme. I'll put that in a different colour. We've got Pirate Jim who cannot swim. And then we've got Pirate Dave who's scared of the waves. And then finally, we've got Pirate Nick, who gets seasick. And, oh, there's another one as well. We've got Pirate Dale, who cannot sail. Those 2 words rhyme. And then we've got Pirate Pete with smelly feet, the most useless bunch of pirates you could ever wish to meet. And that rhymes as well. So you can see in that poem, we have got lots of different rhyming words. Let's have a look at the little seed. I plant a little seed in the ground. Out comes the sun, big and round. So we've got ground and round. Down comes the raindrop, soft and slow. Up comes the flower, grow, grow, grow. And we've got slow and grow that rhyme. And then we've got this Green Giant poem. We've got there lived a green giant whose name was Sam. His hair was the colour of strawberry jam. So Sam and jam rhyme. And a beard, he had one brown eye and one blue eye, and a beard the colour of pumpkin pie. So we've got eye and pie rhyme. His coat and pants were oh so bright, like a peppermint stick, all red and white. So we've got bright and white. His socks were as yellow as a lemon pop. His shoes were as brown as a chocolate drop. His hat was the colour of gingerbread with a tall, tall feather of raspberry red. Oh, I've done those two the same colour. That's all right, though. So you can see in our poems we have got, I'm just going to undo those and do them in a different colour so that we can see their different rhyme. So we can see in our poems we have got lots of different ways of rhyming our words. We sometimes misalign in between, like here we've got C, a misalign, and B rhyme. Same with our little seed. We've got ground, misalign, round, misalign, slow, misalign, grow. And our green giant one, we've got every word at the end of each line rhymes with each other. And these are rhyming couplets because we've got the first two rhyme, then the next two rhyme, then the next two, then the next two, and the next two. So your task today is for you to write and perform a poem. And I want you to try and write a rhyming poem. So we looked at all those different examples there with lots of different rhymes. Sometimes the rhyme might even happen in the middle of the sentence, which is really hard to do. On other occasions, the rhyme occurs at the end of the line. And very commonly the end of the first and third line rhyme and the end of the second and fourth line. And that is called an ABAB rhyming poem. If we have a look at this one, we'll see what that means. At the top of a large bushy tree sat a bird with a broken wing. He was trapped and could not break free. And so all day he did nothing but sing. And we can see that wing and sing rhyme. So sometimes you will have the first and third line rhyme and the second and the fourth line rhyme. So I want you to have a go at writing and performing your own rhyming poem today. So here's a planning template that you might want to copy out onto paper at home and try. You can choose a theme for your poem. So you might be choosing Dubai could be your theme. Maybe school is your theme. Maybe you've got a favorite hobby like football or dancing or singing. You can choose your theme. Then have a think about some interesting information to go with your theme. So what could you write about your theme? Maybe if you're doing football, for example, you write about how many people in a team and the different equipment that you need for your sport. And then I want you to have a think about exciting adjectives that you might want to include. Some really good describing words that you are going to have in your poem, because poems are really, really good at describing different things. And then finally, have a think about the rhyming pairs that you might want to include. So what words are you going to try and make rhyme with each other? So if you were doing football, you might use the word ball and hall. So for example, you kick the ball when you're practicing in the hall. So you might want to think about words that you can use to rhyme. So once you've planned it on a different piece of paper, write out your rhyming poem for me, and you can even choose to illustrate all around your poem as well. And that means that you're drawing pictures to match your poem. So if I was doing some illustrations around one of these poems, then I would maybe have a jar of jam drawn at the side here. I would draw a little pumpkin pie. I would draw a peppermint stick that was red and white, and so on. And then even better, you might then be able to perform your poem to a member of your family or somebody in your house and see if they are able to find and spot the rhyming words in your poem. I hope you enjoy this creative writing club today, and I can't wait to see some of the rhyming poems that you managed to create. Enjoy, boys and girls!